All right, how's everybody doing? Mark here from Mark Builds Bricks. We have another Hot Wheels set coming. This is the brand new Hot Wheels Corvette Grand Sport. So this is what we're going to be building today and reviewing. This is from the Mattel Brick Shop new sets that are coming out with the Hot Wheels line. And it is the 1/16 scale, by the way, just heads up to everybody. And of course, it comes with a little die-cast car. So we're going to review this at stage by stage like we normally do. For full transparency, I pre-ordered this one at launch day. I pre-ordered this one and the Mercedes, and we do have the Mercedes, and we're going to be building that one on this channel as well. And we already built the Acura NSX, which is another one that I found at Walmart and bought it right away. So yeah, so Mattel did not send me this in any way, shape, or form. So we are going to jump into this, like I said, and check things out. So let's get into it. Welcome. Okay, so let's talk about the box that this thing comes in. So let's zoom in, take a look at this box. So here we have the box. Fantastic picture of a Corvette right on the front there in the white and with the blue stripe. It looks really good. We got the nice Brick Shop logo with the Hot Wheels logo for the branding and everything that in there. We got the Corvette and nice stylized writing and the Grand Sport right underneath there. At the top, as you can see, we do have the alternate or the customized stuff that you can do to this build, with is basically an extra set of stickers and some extra pieces to change up the look of the vehicle from the original build. Also, we have a 1/64 scale die cast of the Hot Wheels of this car right there. We'll be pulling that out and taking a look at it. It also says here we got 4 Hot Wheels, 4 metal pieces. I wish they were all metal pieces, honestly, from building the Acura one already. But basically, these ones are going to be metal pieces. This is standardized plastic, and these will be standard plastic as we go through. On the top, we do have another picture with also the Hot Wheels little plate that goes underneath the car, which is another metal plate that actually just connects it up. So you have another view of the car there. Here we have the look of the box in the back. So here is a nice view of what it looks like with the customized options that you can do to the car. It is a 1/16 scale, and of course 1/64 scale for the smaller version of the car. It does have steering over on this side. Shows that the wheels will turn when you turn the steering wheel. The front hood opens, the doors do open, and we do have dimensions on this side for you as well. On the side here of the box, another fantastic picture of the car with the little die cast for dimension and size. And on this side is basically a straight up and down more view, or I'll put it sideways. Just some of the extra pieces that you get that you can swap out and stuff like that. But all in all, that is the box, and let's jump into the build. So here is the manual for this set. Fantastic looking picture on the front. We got the Hot Wheels logo with the Mattel Brick Shop logo. Down at the very bottom here, you do have the 63 Corvette Grand Sport. JG31, I guess, is the model number for this set. And of course, up in the top corner here, Corvette Grand Sport as well. But a fantastic picture, decent size manual. It's got a decent size amount of pages and stuff like that. Inside, you do get your customized sticker set. So this is purely up to you. It's not part of the main build or anything like that, but you can do whatever you wish to the set however you wish. The main set itself has printed pieces. These are just extras on whatever you wish to do, add to it. So we have a nice little blurb about the 63 Corvette and going through the years and talking about it. And also it is part of the Hot Wheels Elite series, which is the 1/16 scale. And we do have the Mercedes next, which is the higher scale. I think it's the 1/8 scale, I believe, which is the premium series that we'll do. Standardized vet on this side, as you can see, and then customized on this side with the metal wheels and all your stickers and some extra fairing on the bottom and an extra little lip on the top of the bat trunk for a little bit of a foil. The two minds that put this all together, a nice little blurb about them. pretty cool. And another fantastic picture of the car with the die cast 1/64 scale of the car itself. Then it jumps into the actual build itself. As I mentioned before, or I do mention in this video, the bags are single bags, so 1 all the way up to 16, but you basically pair up your bags. So you go 1, 2, and then you build 3, 4, you build 5, 6, and you build. It's the last one with the custom pieces, which you don't have to do anything, pair them up. But instructions very clearly laid out. Very easy to follow. Some interesting new pieces as well that we came across going through. But all in all, pretty straightforward. There is a couple of little spots where it's a little bit of fragile, but once it's in place, you should be good. And there also was a little bit of a clutch issues as well going through all this. But as you can see, very straightforward. The manual, very clear, explains very well. I didn't find any confusion at all throughout this, so which is pretty cool. Going through the doors, you'll hear about the doors later in this video. I don't like the door hinges. Then it comes into the plate on the bottom of the car. However you wish to display the car. The hood does open up. The doors do open up. The steering does turn. We do have a nice little area about how you want to customize it by putting the larger wheel fairings around the sides, because the back wheels do go outward a little bit more for the option, which is the option I chose for the back wheels. You can put a back fin on, a spoiler, or a back spoiler on the back, and a dampener on the front if you wish. But it basically goes through the steps of what you need to take off, what you need to build and put back on and pop off, and then you should be good to go for all those custom pieces, and then put the stickers however you wish. And then you have a nice fantastic picture at the end. And then you do have the 3 main scales, which is the Corvette as a part of the Hot Wheels Elite series, so the 1/16 scale. Cadillac is part of the Hot Wheels Speed series, which is the 1/32 scale. And of course, we're going to be building this Mercedes next, which is the 1/12 scale. So it's not the 1/8, it's a 1/12 scale. That would be cool if it was a 1/8 scale, because that would go in line with the McLarens and the Ferraris from the Lego. But this is the Hot Wheels Premium series, so we'll definitely go into that one next. And of course, there's an inventory section for all the pieces and everything. I do like that for the front windshield and the rear windshield, they did wrap everything in tissue paper to protect them, so that is really cool. That's the manual, and let's get into the review. So we've completed the first stage of the build, which is basically bags 1 and 2. There's no like sets of bags per section of the build. It's basically bags 1 to 16, and it's 1 bag per number. And basically the way the instructions go is you grab bag 1 and 2, and then you build stage 1. You grab 3 and 4, build stage, and so on. So this is the result of bags 1 and 2. So far, not too bad. We do have some color. I don't know if it's discrepancies or if it's meant to be, but we've got some speckled pieces, which is interesting. So I don't know if that is meant to happen, but there's some speckledness to this dark grayish color. Also, we do have one that's got a little bit of a blue tint, and we did have another one underneath here, a 1x5 or 1x6, I believe it was. Sorry, 2x6 or a 2x5 that also matched that color. So not sure if the two were supposed to be 2 different colors, just to make them so unique pieces, but who knows. All in all, there was a little bit of a clutch issue on a couple of the pieces popping in, but they managed to go in no problem. There's the bottom of the frame. So you got some mixed Technic, some pins and stuff like that put in place, hold everything in place. Interesting how these little were built up for the rear wheels. So pretty interesting on there. But so far, pretty standard build so far. It's going together very nicely. Yes, we do have a couple of manufacturer little defects here. So I bet you this is where nozzle to fill the injection mold was attached, and that's where they snapped off the mold piece and stuff like that. So there are a few of those type pieces throughout of all the pieces that I've noticed. Also, yes, Mattel is printed on some of the pieces on the plates. It's not necessarily on the actual studs, it's on the actual plate in certain areas. And some of the ones with studs, Mattel is printed on every other stud, not every stud itself, but not all the pieces have a little printing of the Mattel logo on the pieces, just a heads up. Let's keep going. All right, stage 2 completed, and it's the bulk of this part of the build is this section back here, the back of the car. It looks like we're getting a lot of things prepped up and solidified nice and solid, which is great because I really don't like fragile builds. So all these plates put in place and stuff like that makes, we got some weight in the back, but also it's strengthening the back of the car. We got 2 hooks. It looks like we're going to have something that's going to either open and close back here, which is going to be interesting as well. We have an interesting way of putting in the back fenders or the back bumper sections, the way the snot bricks goes, and it is pieced in this way and not this way type scenario. And these orange little cylinder circular pieces, which actually has little rubber nubs, 2 red and 2 white on each side to, I guess, mimic the headlights that are going to go through, or not the headlights, the tail lights that go through in the back. As you can see, we do have a printed piece. Our first printed piece is the license plate. It's really cool, but we also have some other printed goodness on the side. Now, these are 2 separate pieces. So I'm really happy the way that these prints, there's no gap between them at all. So these are nice little printed vents on the sides of the rear under part of the bumper, and it's the same on both sides. So no gaps between the 2 pieces that have the prints on them, which is pretty cool. Underneath, as you can see, nice curved, very nicely done. I really like the way this is built in. It is nice and solid. Nothing's going to pop out as a fragile build there. So I'm pretty impressed with that as well. So far, it is going together really smoothly. The first stage had a couple of little clutch issues, but this stage, no clutch issues, and the instructions for everything to put in place, super smooth. Wow. That's all I have to say right now is wow. Look at the back of this Corvette. Doesn't this look absolutely sexy? I'm very impressed with the way this one's turning out. Yes, there is a couple little minor clutch issues during the build and stuff like that, and a couple little fragile areas, but they do strengthen everything up with the plates and stuff. Super clear rear window. This was actually packed in actual tissue paper within the bag, so they did protect it as much as possible. In the instructions, it shows that it's a split window. There's an actual, it looks like it's supposed to be 2 windows in the instructions, but it actually is, this one is a solid. So I don't know if we're going to get an extra back window to make it a split back window, but we'll see. I love the blue stripe in the back. I like how it's been built in and the different layers. We do have a fantastic, absolutely printed piece there at the bottom there, Corvette Grand Sport. And the little pieces as well is looking good. These little snots on the sides are basically to attach the different types of wheel fairings, the flare out that we're able to put on. From my understanding, there's a standard size for the rear, and there's actually a wider flare out as well. But we'll see once we get to the options area. If the rear window was not on, this could turn, but basically how this is clipped in is actually fairly cool. It's a mini build and you just slip it into the clips and it just holds it in place and keeps the nice angle, as you can see on the back of that car. I'm super really liking this one. To the fact, I can confidently say right now, I prefer this build over the NSX build that I've done earlier. And I still have the Mercedes one to do, so stay tuned for that. All right, stage 4 of the build, which is basically bags 7 and 8 of this absolutely fantastic Corvette. It's a smaller part of the build. It's basically building out the actual seats for the driver and the passenger. We have a little gear shift knob as well as an emergency brake. We've got some tiling put in place to make it look all nice and neat inside. Also, we are braced up this area of the build as well, adding more plates and stuff like that to get door hinges in. I'm still not 100% sold on the door hinges, but let's try it out on this set. I didn't like them on the NSX, but we'll see as we go through. Plus, with some of the build as well, with some of the pieces to make an interesting venting detail down on the side here, going to be right behind the front wheel well, basically. It's the same on both sides. But all in all, it is looking really good. I'm actually enjoying this build. And that's pretty much it for this build, like this part of the stage. Not much in it, but we do have a lot of cool things done. So we made it to stage 5 of the build, which is basically bags 9 and 10. As I said, they're individual bags. There's no multiple bags, but you're basically doing the bags in pairs. So in this stage, we got the engine block in place. We've got the steering mechanisms in place. So the steering actually does work. As you can see, it does have some turning ability. Not much, but there's some there. There is a nice little printed piece on the steering wheel as well, showing the a black and a red flag, which is pretty cool. The engine block looks pretty interesting, the way it's been built in place. It's a little clutch issues by putting these pieces in place, but bear in mind, if where these darker gray pieces are, if you want to put those ones in first and then put the bottom pieces in, it might be a little easier, because sometimes they'll just pop right off. There is also a nice little print right here of Corvette on the engine block on this side only. Again, some Technic pieces in place for the steering mechanisms and stuff like that. The steering give is the same as the NSX. It's not very much, and my guess is when we build the Mercedes, it'll probably be the same as well. But that is the bulk of this stage of the build. All right, another stage completed. Bags 11 and 12 as part of this stage, and the front of the car is coming together very nicely, as you can see. We got the nice little under grille put in place. We got the blue stripe wrapping up. Very nice point to the front of the car, like it is on the original car itself for that year. Very nice. It looks like we're going to have the lights in this section here. We've got the wheel fairings in place for front wheels. And again, I put them in the right way this time. And we got the engine block still showing there as well. We do have a printed console on this side. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but there is 2 little curved pieces with the same type of printing on there to give the gauges for the car itself. And of course, the steering wheel still works. And it is coming together very nicely. I do like this build very much, and I am going to pretty much enjoy displaying this one for sure. All in all, a little bit of fragile building, getting the pieces in, but once you get the plates put in, everything's in nice and solid as well. So there's really no weird builds as going through it. But be mindful with the clutch on these little 1x1s grills, putting them in place. I had one piece pop out of my hand very quickly. So just be mindful of the clutch putting those in, as they might be a little tight. Other than that, we're getting very close. I am already taking a peek at the next stage of the build in the manual, and we're going to get the front windshield in very soon. All right, stage 7 completed of this build, and that would be bags 13 and 14. Basically finishing up the front of the car as well. Another fantastic transparent window put in place. Again, it was wrapped in tissue paper to protect the transparent part of the window perfectly. Built in a nice small little roof that continues the blue line from front to back as well. The hood, the bonnet is also built in. It does open up, and there is a little part that you can hold it up for you. So if you want to display it with the hood open so you can see the engine, that is purely up to you, but it fits in quite nicely. There is a couple little fragile sections in when you're building this as well. When the car is upside down and you're pushing some small pieces in, the nose part might detach. So make sure you put some fingers or something to brace it while you're putting those pieces in place. We got front headlights in place. This car would be so cool with a lighting kit to light up all these little lights and stuff like that. That would be so cool. And again, we have a nice little grille. We have a nice little, again, these strange little nub pieces that we put in place, which are pretty cool. They're in there. It's looking good. The hood looks fantastic with the way the curves and everything. I think Mattel did an excellent job with all the contours and everything of this car for the year of this Corvette that had all these cool contours and stuff like that, where I really don't like the new Vettes. In fact, I actually stopped liking the Corvettes after about 1985. From there on, there's didn't like them. But I do like the late 50s and the 60s Corvettes big time. They look fantastic. We got another bag that we need to build, and it does come with an extra bag for the customizations and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to customize this one because I really do like this look of it. I might add a couple of pieces here and there. And of course, we've got the wheels, the metal ones versus the plastic ones. We'll check that out as we go through. All in all, fantastic build, just absolutely fantastic build. All right, so we're back and we have completed the Corvette Grand Sport and it looks absolutely fantastic. We are completely done everything in the book except for the customized options, which you can do next. So this is everything in the manual all the way up to the standard build. So we have the standard plastic wheels in place, no stickers, no nothing, because it did come with a sticker pack as you can see in front of my face. That is the sticker pack. So that's the stickers with it. But all in all, I think this looks absolutely fantastic. We can close the hood up, or the bonnet itself. Just pops that into place, and I'll probably display it like this. I hate the doors. The door hinges are the absolute worst. I am going to be critical about those. The doors themselves, the build of the door, absolutely great. It looks like it's got some build on the inside of the door as well. I like how we have the side mirrors put in place with a little customization. The way this looks as well looks really great. But the door functionality sucks. As soon as you try to pull one open, it wants to pop off the hinge. So I'm opening the door very slowly. But this hinge system here, they need to replace this. This is absolutely terrible. It didn't work very well on the NSX, and I'm a little worried on the Mercedes, because on the Mercedes, it's gull-wing doors. So it'll be interesting on Gap or what we're going to get on the roofline of how those doors are going to open. But all in all, as I said, the door itself is not bad. And as you can see, we got the door lever. It makes it looks like it's got some detail in the door. But when you close the door, it doesn't fit super smoothly. So you got to wiggle it around and get it in place and try not to open it again. That would be my advice. That's my only pet peeve of this whole build, are the door hinges. Other than that, absolutely fantastic build. We are going to take a small little break. I am going to do a little bit of customizations to it. I'm probably not going to put the stickers on, but there's a couple of things that you can do, especially for the rear wheels itself, because the way that they are put in place right now is the standard. And for the customization, they actually flare out a little bit more. So we're going to do a little bit of an extra build and put the metal wheels on, and then take a look at everything from that point on. All right, so we're back. We did a little bit of customization. So we changed out the wheels. Also, we changed out the position of the back wheels, because the back wheels actually sit out a little bit further or wider to give it a little bit wider fairing, or a wheel wells stick out a little bit more and stuff like that. So I like that. So that's what I did. So for that, I prefer the metal wheels versus the plastic wheels on the set. There is also a build that you put in a bottom fairing scoop underneath and stuff like that with the blue stripe and the white. And as well, there is a change for the back to have a little fin, a very small fin. So you would change all this out. You would lose the print on the back of the trunk area. And that is pretty much it, other than putting the stickers on. And as I said, it is purely up to you how you wish to put the stickers on and where you want to put the stickers on this set. Also, this is the little die-cast Hot Wheels that you actually get. It does have a couple of stickers of Hot Wheels on the sides of the car itself. Underneath, pretty standard plastic wheels, but metal die-cast frame with the plastic windows and stuff like that going through. Also, it does have the little yellow lights underneath with the black intake as well. In the back, we got the red lights as well in the back itself. But this is 1/64 scale, this little die-cast car. This is the 1/16 scale. As I mentioned before, I hate the hinges for the doors. So far, I've built 2 of the cars, the NSX and this one, and both the doors. Absolutely terrible design. I hope the Mercedes doesn't have the same thing, because they are gull-wing doors. But all in all, this is, I really do like the look of this. I'm going to display it very proudly on my shelf with my other cars that I do have. Once we finish the Mercedes, I will show all 3 together and we'll do a little opinion about the build itself. But other than that, if you're looking to purchase this, you can get this from Amazon. You can also get this directly from the Mattel, but check out your local Walmarts and all that other type of places that do carry Mega Blocks or other Hot Wheels. Mine were actually found, at least I found the NXX in the Hot Wheels section of the toys section of those department stores. This one, I pre-ordered it directly from Amazon. So if you want to get it from Amazon, go for it. I do like the die-cast car. It does look great. I do like the overall look, as I mentioned before. So thank you very much for watching. Comment and subscribe like we always ask you to do. And stay tuned. We'll bring the Mercedes as the next review.